The context classification of a roadway informs FDOT planning, design, construction, and maintenance approaches to ensure that state roadways are supportive of safe and comfortable travel for expected users. Context classification facilitates roadway design that is sensitive to the land use it serves. This classification is also a resource available to guide local planning and land development decisions to ensure that the roadway remains contextually compatible with adjacent development throughout the anticipated lifespan of the transportation project. The FDOT Design Manual, or FDM, uses context classification to establish appropriate design criteria. For instance, design speeds are lower in urban areas than in suburban or rural areas, and sidewalks are wider in urban areas than in suburban or rural areas. There are 8 context classifications that identify various built environments along roadways in Florida. This context classification system emphasizes the need to support expected users within a system of complete streets. Now, let's take a look at each of the 8 context classifications. C1 Natural consists of lands preserved in a natural or wilderness condition, including lands unsuitable for settlement due to natural conditions. Land uses may include conservation land, open space, or parks. State Road 710 in Martin County is an example of a roadway passing through a natural condition. C2 Rural consists of sparsely settled land, including agricultural land, grassland, woodland, and wetlands. There may be buildings, but with no consistent patterns of placement and setbacks. State Road 70 in St. Lucie County passes through farmland and even includes a shared-use path for walking and bicycling along the road. C2T Rural Town includes small concentrations of developed areas immediately surrounded by rural and natural areas. Many of our state's historic towns are represented by this context classification, such as Indiantown in Martin County. Buildings are arranged in a traditional town setting with no or shallow front setbacks. A grid network of streets often exists to serve surrounding land use. C3R Suburban Residential includes mostly residential uses, such as along State Road 714 within the Palm City area of Martin County. There are large blocks and a disconnected or sparse roadway network. The land use may include single-family or multifamily residential. The buildings have medium to large front setbacks, and the neighborhoods tend to have one entrance that serves a large number of homes. C3C Suburban Commercial includes mostly non-residential uses, with large building footprints and expansive parking lots within large blocks and a disconnected or sparse roadway network. State Road 706 in Jupiter serves as a suburban commercial area. These areas may include retail, office, multifamily residential, institutional, or industrial uses with large setbacks on all sides. C4 Urban General includes a mix of uses set within small blocks with a well-connected roadway network. The roadway network usually connects to residential neighborhoods along the corridor or behind the uses fronting the roadway, such as along State Road 60 in Vero Beach. There may be a variety of buildings with no setbacks or up to medium front setbacks. Building heights tend to be 3 levels or less, with some taller buildings interspersed. C5 Urban Center includes a mix of uses within small blocks with a well-connected roadway network. It is typically concentrated around a few blocks and identified as part of a civic or economic center of a community, town, or city, such as downtown Boca Raton. Buildings tend to have shallow front setbacks with 1 to 5 floor levels and occasionally taller buildings. C6 Urban Core includes areas with the highest densities in building heights and within FDOT classified large urbanized areas. Many are regional centers and destinations, such as downtown Fort Lauderdale. The buildings have mixed uses and are built up to the roadway or with shallow setbacks. A well-connected street network serves surrounding areas. The tallest buildings in a region are in urban core areas, with some shorter buildings. District 4 identifies project-level context classification, or PLCC, for projects during the multimodal scoping checklist process, which is a tool for FDOT to identify transit, railroad, aviation, freight, bicycle, and pedestrian facility needs within the project limits for consideration by design project managers early in the project scoping process. The PLCC begins with a review of the System-Wide Provisional Context Classification, or SPCC. District 4 developed the SPCC for roadway segments at a district-wide level based on a spatial analysis of GIS data to form detailed analytic land use maps showing the planned land use context, followed by steps to convert that land use information into provisional context classification for roadway segments. 4 levels of maps were produced during the SPCC development process: detailed analytic land use, refined analytic land use, refined analytic roadway segment, and refined smooth roadway segment. This approach applies to state roadways in all communities district-wide, painting the district with a consistent set of land use contexts. The District for Complete Streets team may determine that the SPCC is appropriate for project-level use, or may modify the SPCC to take into account particular elements of the project's context that are not fully accounted for in the SPCC. In short, the SPCC provides a level playing field for context evaluation across the district, while the PLCC is determined by more granular fine-tuning. Once determined, the PLCC is provided to the roadway design team to establish the design criteria reflecting the roadway's existing and desired future context and transportation characteristics. In summary, context classification supports the Florida Department of Transportation mission by providing a safe transportation system that ensures the mobility of people and goods, enhances economic prosperity, and preserves the quality of our environment and communities.